Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, Stoic Bond. Have you ever wondered what makes someone truly unforgettable? Imagine having the power to make any woman miss you even when you're not around. In today's video, we're unveiling 5 psychological tricks rooted in Stoicism that can create a lasting impression and keep her thinking about you long after you part ways. But before we dive into these game-changing strategies, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more insights that can elevate your relationships and personal growth. Number 1, embody emotional detachment. Make her want what she can't have. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever felt that the more you chase someone, the more they pull away? It's like you're giving everything, but you're still left with nothing. The truth is, when you show desperation, it's the quickest way to put someone away. But when you embody emotional detachment, you create a magnetic force that makes her want what she can't have. Here's how it works. Detachment isn't about ignoring her or playing games. It's about valuing yourself more than the need for her approval. Imagine for a moment that you're not constantly seeking her validation. You're not waiting by the phone for a text or obsessing over every word she says. You are calm, confident, and at peace with yourself. In doing so, you create a space, a void that she starts to feel. Why is this powerful? Because the moment you stop chasing her, you begin to represent something more valuable. You become a challenge, a mystery. She can't quite figure out when you're always available. It's easy for her to take you for granted. But when you pull back, not out of manipulation, but because you're emotionally self-sufficient, she starts to miss you. Think about the last time someone ignored you or pulled away. Didn't you start to wonder, why didn't it make you want them more? That's the same psychological principle at play here. When you create emotional space, she starts to feel the void of your presence. She begins to realize what she's missing. And trust me, she will miss you. So from this point on, don't chase her. Don't crave her attention. Focus on yourself, your growth and your purpose. Be the kind of man who's so whole, so confident in himself that when she's around, she feels privileged to be in your presence. When you do this, you won't just make her miss you. You'll make her want you more than she ever thought possible. Number 2, create space and absence. Let her experience the void. Picture this. You've been with her, had great conversations, shared meaningful moments, but then you vanish for a while. Not because you don't care, but because you understand the power of absence. You see, space isn't just physical, it's emotional too. When you allow space to grow between the two of you, something magical happens. She begins to feel the absence of you in her life. Here's the thing. People often take things for granted when they're constantly available. If you're always there, always around, she starts to expect your presence. You become a background noise in her life. But when you step back, even for a short period, it's like a spotlight on her emotions. Suddenly, she realizes that something is missing. And what's missing? Your absence is a psychological trigger that creates longing. It's simple when someone is always there. It's easy to forget their significance. But when you step away, even for a bit, she'll start to feel the void of your absence. This absence gives her the space to reflect, to miss you, and to desire your presence even more. Let me ask you, have you never been around someone who was constantly there, but you never really appreciated them until they were gone? You didn't know what you had until it was taken away. The same thing happens with her by giving her time without you. You give her the chance to truly realize how important you are. But don't mistake this for playing games. It's not about disappearing to make her chase you. It's about creating balance. You've got your own life, your own passions, and your own goals. When you take time for yourself, you're showing her that you have a life outside of her, and that life is just as valuable as your relationship. When you create space, she'll feel the absence, And when she feels the absence, she'll begin to miss you. The power of this psychological trick is undeniable. Remember, sometimes you don't need to be there to be remembered. You just need to leave space for her to miss you. Number 3, maintain calm in chaos. Be her safe harbor. Imagine a world full of noise, drama, and constant pressure. Everything around her is unpredictable and emotions are running wild. But then there's you. You remain calm, composed, and steady while everyone else is losing their heads. You're the anchor in the storm. And that's exactly why she'll miss you. When you embody calmness, especially in moments of chaos, you create a sense of security and stability. Women are naturally drawn to men who exude tranquility in stressful situations because they provide a sense of peace, something the world desperately lacks. You're not frantic or reactive, you're deliberate, thoughtful, and unshaken by external circumstances. This kind of emotional strength is incredibly attractive. Why? Because in a world full of uncertainty, people crave stability. She wants to feel like no matter what happens, you will remain steady. You're the one who doesn't crumble when things go wrong. The one who leads with confidence even when everything around you is falling apart. When you stay calm in chaos, you give her something to rely on, something she can't get from anyone else. Think about it. How many people in her life can truly handle pressure without losing their composure? If you want to stand out, be the man who stays unflappable, no matter what life throws your way. This doesn't mean you need to be emotionless, but it means you can control your reactions when she sees that you don't panic, when she feels your strength. In difficult moments, she'll begin to depend on you, to trust you, and that trust will make her miss you when you're not around. So, in every situation, whether it's a stressful conversation, a tough challenge, or just everyday drama, stay calm, let her see that you can handle anything with grace and poise. You'll become the safe harbor she seeks when the world feels overwhelming, and that's exactly why she'll miss you more than anyone else. Number 4, leave her with curiosity. Don't reveal everything about yourself. You've probably heard the saying, leave them wanting more. It's more than just a catchy phrase. It's a psychological principle that can make her miss you deeply when you reveal everything about yourself. Too soon, the mystery fades, and so does her interest. But when you leave her with a sense of curiosity, you create a gap that only you can fill. And that gap makes her want to know more about you, more about your world, and more about what makes you tick. Imagine this. You're talking to her, but you don't spill every detail about your life. You don't share your childhood stories, your deepest secrets, or everything you've ever done. Instead, you drop hints, tell partial stories, and give her glimpses of who you are. You're like a book with missing chapters, just enough to keep her reading, but never enough to let her finish the entire story. Why does this work? Because curiosity is powerful. People are naturally drawn to what they don't know, what they can't fully understand. When you're too easy to figure out, she'll lose interest quickly. But when there's a little mystery surrounding you, she'll start to wonder, what else does he have that I haven't seen yet? Think about this. Have you ever been so intrigued by someone that you couldn't stop thinking about them, wondering what was behind the surface? That's the power of curiosity. It keeps her engaged, keeps her chasing the next piece of the puzzle. The more you make her wonder, the more she'll seek answers and the more she'll want you. But remember, this isn't about playing games. It's about creating an allure that naturally draws her in. Don't overshare. Keep some things to yourself and let her discover who you really are. Over time, the M will keep her intrigued and she'll start to miss you when she realizes there's still so much more to uncover. So next time you're with her, hold back a little. Leave her with questions, not answers. The curiosity you spark will make her crave your presence. And that's when you'll start to see the magic unfold. Number 5, show confidence, not neediness. Let her miss your strength. There's a powerful truth that every man must understand. women are drawn to strength, not desperation. Confidence is magnetic. Neediness is repulsive. The difference between the two can make or break your connection with her. When you exude confidence, you create an aura of attraction. But when you come off as needy, you push her away even if you don't realize it. So what does it mean to show confidence? It's the quiet assurance in knowing who you are and what you bring to the table. You don't have to boast or prove yourself to anyone. You know your worth and you carry that with you in every interaction. There's no chasing, no desperation. You simply are, and that energy draws people to you. When you show confidence, you're not only demonstrating self-respect, but also creating a space where she can't help but admire your strength. You're a man who is whole, who is secure in his own life and doesn't need her to complete him. And that's exactly why she'll miss you when you show that you're fine without her. It leaves her wanting to be the one to fill that space. Neediness, on the other hand, shows a lack of self-sufficiency when you're constantly texting her, waiting for her approval, or seeking her validation. It screams insecurity. You're relying on her to feel good about yourself, and that's a massive turn-off. Women don't want to feel like they are the source of your happiness or self-worth. They want to be with a man who is happy and fulfilled regardless of whether or not she's in his life. Confidence is about understanding that you don't need her to complete you. You already feel whole, and when you stand in your own power, she'll start to see that she's not just lucky to be with you. She's lucky that you even choose to share your time and energy with her. So remember, this confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about self-assurance. When you show your strength without clinging to her, when you give her the space to appreciate your presence, she'll miss you more than she ever could if you were constantly chasing after her. Let her feel the absence of your strength, and that will make her crave it more.